Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for July 27th through August 2nd, 2020. So before we begin the reading, I'd like to remind you of the special offer for my half-hour reading of $77 will continue into August as well. And so what you would do is go to my website, theangelschool.com, on the services page, and you can find that link below. You would go there and select the $77 half-hour reading, at which time you will receive an email on a business day within 24 hours. So if you do it over the weekend, you will hear from me on Monday. But you'll get an email confirming your that special offer. It won't be on the website, but it will come to you in the confirmation email that confirms your payment, as well as the special offer for July and now for August. Also, I will be doing this week the monthly angel scope for each zodiac sign for the month of August coming up. So be on the lookout for that. I did not post it on my Facebook page. So if you did not see it last month, let me know if anybody was missed out because I didn't post it on my Facebook page. Probably being a little lazy about just taking the time to put them all there. But if people are not seeing it there, then let me know, and I will post July there, and I will post August as well. Let's see, and we're still doing the daily card messages. So Monday through Friday, you can find them here on YouTube now as well. So if you go to my YouTube channel on the post, you can find the daily card messages there, as well as on my Facebook page, which that link is below. I'm also going to try something that a client gave me as a suggestion. I have an Instagram page, but I'm starting one. I haven't done anything on it, but I'm starting another one for my the Angel School. And so what I'm going to try to do is to post those daily card messages there. It was suggested I do them as photos so that you can scroll and just read them. So I'm going to try it, but I'll let you know when I finally get it there. But I have a page called The Angel School, and I'll probably have to put a link there at some point so you'll know how to get there. But because somebody already has The Angel School, so I forgot how I changed it so that you could do that. So anyway, let's see. But there's nothing on the page yet. Nothing's set up, so I'll let you know about that. And wow, I always feel like I'm forgetting something, but oh well. Let's now just take a deep breath and really just allow yourself. So the first thing they were showing me was a set of teeth, but this was a set of neat teeth. So, but usually my symbolism, teeth are about being critical and judging yourself or judging others or being opinionated. And they're indicating that there's a huge lesson in this for us this week. So, try not to be so hard on yourself, and especially not hard on others, because they're right now the word cage. You create a cage for yourself. So when we judge others, when we're critical of others, and we're critical of ourselves, and we outwardly opinionated, it's like creating a prison, because now you know how our world is. You say something, now you have to live by it. You have to live by example. This is why I'm always saying to you that I'm no better than any one of you. I'm struggling through all of this and learning myself as I do this. And this is what allows me to show up and not to lose heart or courage, to be present here for you in this way. But I also know that I'm being present for myself, and I'm offering myself the equal opportunity of hearing your higher selves wisdom, our collective wisdom, but it's really collective. It's not mine. I always tell my clients in the private sessions that you think it's me. I'm just a listener, but the point of every reading that I do, and I should really put that out here, as I do with my clients, that you are actually hearing your own power, your own spiritual power, and that is to say, the wisdom. That's power. That's spiritual power. And you have the ability to create and transform and to capitalize on this wisdom in ways that you have not foreseen and in ways that you have yet to tap into. So when you hear whatever comes through in these messages, I am grateful to be able to deliver them, but you must be grateful for your higher self's wisdom that is allowing this collectively to be channeled through me, if you will. So that's why it's so important not to be aware of not putting your opinions out there, or to be opinionated, so that people kind of, say, oh, this person's very opinionated. And what that means is that they feel easily judged by you. And when people feel easily judged by you, they write and reflect. They want you to reflect on this. Then that means that there's a level of discomfort, and I don't know why all these random words are coming up, but they're writing out the word resentments build. Okay, resentments build in your messaging. That's a word, but that's what I'm seeing. So the thing is that you are wise, and you give out, and they're writing successful in the how you represent your spirituality, your soul, the messages that you offer. But if you're opinionated with this, then what happens is that it backfires on you in a way, and personally to you, so that then you can't be I'm going to say this wrong. You can't be fallible. Yeah, I did say. Okay. So, and you never want to be that, because that is a huge part of our human experience, is falling and picking ourselves up, and in the process learning and growing and maturing and evolving from them. And they don't always have to hurt. To fall doesn't have to be disastrous. That's a whole nother level of being, when the mind gets kind of it just takes things to another level, where our ego just really sort of blows things out of proportion. And there's nothing wrong with falling and getting back up. And then it's, when you sometimes, like, if you're tripping, I don't know why this example is coming to you, but it's a little embarrassing, but you're able to get up. You just didn't see something. And what I feel like they're wanting me to tell you to focus on is the strength in your physical body. When you lift yourself up, that strength, they want you to equate that to the spiritual strength that you have within your soul. It's like your soul's spiritual strength is like a muscle, it's a spiritual muscle, and you are always able to bounce back. It's sort of an inherent aspect of your soul's attributes and characteristics. And they just wrote out the word rejection. So, like, some of you have been dealing probably with a lot of rejection. and you're taking it personally. And it could be romantically, it could be, because you're looking for new work, etc. And they're bringing back to my attention the Queen of Earth, the Queen of Pentacles. I was seeing this, a lot of images around that card. And so there's something about, nurturing your your abilities, your belief within yourself, being creative, being practical in matters, not letting things take over, kind of like just totally distract you from your purpose, your reason for what you're trying to do. Sometimes we fall, and then it's like, we allow that pain or embarrassment is like a pain, like a suffering, to take us so far away from everything that we were trying to do on that path. And I know this is sort of cryptic, but this is really something that I feel like this is the way they want you to hear it. But it's like you really can't allow yourself. You have to keep focusing, keep coming back to your reason for being. You have to come back to that time and time. You can't let yourself slip away from your intention by the follies that kind of happen. Accidents happen, things happen. A lot of things happen unintentionally, but the universe is able to help them to serve you intentionally. And that's really an interesting turn of phrase, but it's true. It's the universe the things happen. Like, they're not intentional. Nothing's personal. A lot of, even when people are triggered by you, they're not triggered by you. They're triggered by something within them. And you just happen to be the fall guy, right? But the universe can use this to serve you in refining who you want to be and and to help to refine that around your goals, to help refine, to use those lessons to help refine you around the goals you're trying to achieve. So it's very important for you not to lose faith and sight, and to not to forget to continue to nurture your purpose. And I know this is what I feel like the Queen of Pentacles is coming up in my vision. I don't know if she'll appear in the cards, but that's the sense I'm seeing the word responsibility. So yes, you have a responsibility, but guess what? You have a responsibility to be happy. Your first responsibility is to be happy. And that's the only way you can really, truly be present and responsible and successful in whatever goal you're trying to achieve. Is that you must serve you must feed your heart. Your heart needs joy. And I saw that word joy as I was tuning into the reading. It was the first word that popped up. And there's this potential for you to carve that path for yourself in this week. They're writing the word freedom. You can give yourself this kind of freedom. I think this is where they're going back to this, not being critical, not being judgmental or opinionated. Because those things have an influence, not only on you and other people. And why not just give everyone, including yourself, the gift of freedom? I think this is what really unconditional love is. It's what compassion is. We're not going around judging people. But if anything, if you're going to put an opinion out there, let it be something that offers you and them freedom, a feeling of support, unconditional support for whatever it is, whatever attempts that you are trying to make and they are trying to make. Be the person who's someone who's always saying, wow, you're so encouraging. You're so pure, and you're so, just wise, and these are not the words, but I bet you can almost feel it, but I can't get my mouth around it, so to speak. But, you know, to be this person that everybody feels comfortable to be around, and so comfortable that they find that they're able to relax and be comfortable with who they are. So just be aware of that. Right, let's take a look at the card for the Oracle card for the week. And I think this is interesting, taking back your power, because this is what we're really talking about in all of this. It's about taking back your power, because when we judge and we're opinionated, we create a prison. We usurp our own power. This is the ego's way of taking the power of freedom, free will, choice away from you. Because once you no longer feel at liberty to be, because there's so much criticism and so much opinion molding and shaping the way that you now think, and the way that you feel you have to be cautious and careful, because you don't want other people to, you know, to see you, to maybe outcast you or something, right? Because, you know, you're not following the code, you're not conforming, you know, to the ideals and beliefs that you present. This is one of the traps, I think, that probably public personalities who speak out on things, or political figures, or writers who write, or, you know, speak on things. Like, I can imagine that over the years since I've started doing this, that many things have evolved from me, but I don't carefully monitor that. I am constantly aware as a part of my practice. And the thing I love about doing this so much is I call it, it's this expansion of wisdom and knowledge that constantly happens. That, you know, it's like, as I'm doing this, and this is why I know I'm collectively receiving this from the higher self of each one of us, is because things strike me like, oh, you know, like, oh my God, like, you know, and so inspiring, and it's such an exhilarating high, you know, and that couldn't happen if it was just coming out of me. And it couldn't happen if I had a philosophy about what I wanted to present. You know, that would be like really rigid. And so I couldn't be open to whatever is coming through, so that I would never feel like I'm learning. I would just feel like I'm always teaching. But I never really feel like I'm teaching. I feel like I'm learning as I'm doing this. And that's what I enjoy about it. And I feel like this is the same thing, that all this to say, this is what happens when we, you know, have opinions, and it takes away our power. We're no longer able to be flexible to the beautiful lessons that the universe uses. So when we, for lack of a better phrase, but when we fall, I feel like we failed, the universe uses that as a powerful lesson to uplift you, to help you to be free, okay? And so this week, it's Archangel Raziel, whose name means the secrets of God. So just be aware of, within yourself, how the universe is opening doors in your heart and in your mind, and be aware of how pliable you are when you allow this kind of flow, channel, you know, no opinions, no expectations, but just being present and seizing what comes, right? Seizing the moments. And so the card says, use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings into your life. So with this clarity, being clear and being free, you are able to really hone in on what it is that is the purpose for you in this moment. And going back to remember, it's always number one goal for the universe for you is to be happy, then everything else is ordered around that. You find yourself around this. But if you make it something else, they suffocate you, and you suffocate yourself. You know, if it's like a die fast rule, like if I don't pass this, I gotta pass this in order to, or this has to happen in order for me to be dot 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 dot, then you're suffocating yourself. Your only purpose for doing whatever it is you're going to do is because it makes you happy and it gives that potential joy to other people. And that gives you more satisfaction. That gives you immediate rewards. Like nobody can come in there and tweak and take it away from you. It's just, it happens. And if you start from that place, you know, there's this old song that I used to sing in my church. It was, "This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away." This is a sort of a spiritual. And I could just hear the elders, you know, singing it. I mean, they would sing it as though it was just this deep wisdom of the soul, as though it was a song of the soul, you know, a song of the soul. It's like a reminder that if the joy that you have, that starts within you, and it's a practice of engaging in things that make you happy, seeking the purpose of being happy, and knowing and owning it, and then celebrating it within yourself, and then expressing it around you in every way that you can possibly. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the world can't take it away. All right? So this is the power that you possess, and you have to own it and curate it and nurture it, like our Queen of Pentacles, and kind of take it and, you know, if I think of her as this just creative, you know, just always going around making everything beautiful, always finding a way to make everything comfortable, you know, making people feel at home. And you have to do this for yourself, okay? This is one way of loving yourself, because you can't hug yourself to death. It's not going to work that way. It's about honoring who you are. Oh my God. Did you just see that? I've been going on and on about her. And there is the Queen of Coins. Oh my goodness. Like, I didn't think that was going to show up at all. Wow. So, yeah, and I love her hairdress. You know, it's very ornate, and it just, you know, sort of taps into everything that we're talking about. You know, just being, and what I think about this is being in the moment, because that's what I love about this deck, about the court cards. And I don't think that the author wrote this in the deck. You know, some of the things you've heard me say about the pages looking to the left, and, you know, learning the lessons of the past, and the knights sort of looking to the right, you know, always wanting to move forward and on a goal, future goal kind of thing. And the kings and queens are facing the forward, which is, you know, being present, right? And in the moment, and facing what's in front of them, and bringing all of those skills and attributes to the table. And what she brings is this creative mind, you know, this practicality about matters of life. And with that practicality, I'm saying the word, she's aware of the blessings of life. She's practical, but she's always aware of the blessings in life. And not only the blessings that are being offered to her, but the blessings that she can offer. And this is where we need to be if we're going to really take back our power. You know, being aware of the blessings of your gifts. Who you are is a gift. If you, well, see, that's going to sound opinionated, but I'm going to say it knowing that that's not how I want it to be perceived. But if you don't see yourself, because I know it's a lot of us do not see. We don't see that we are a gift. There's not a person on the planet who isn't a gift. Even people we don't like, they are a gift to you and everyone else, because if the things that we think that they're doing wrong, they're actually making it so clear and strong what needs to be right and what is the path. Because see, we've all been participating silently in what is going wrong because we weren't paying enough attention, or for whatever angle that might be. But think about it, if we're not paying enough attention, then it's festering. And the gifts that are inside of us, the solutions that are inside of the infinite creativity, ability to reimagine, and to reimagine in a way that is current, that can serve us in a very current way, is what those people help us to do. They help us to be progressive. The very people that you call conservative really foster progressiveness, because if there's, and I don't want to go like the political route with this, but any situation, where you see somebody being inflexible, then it causes you to really appreciate the need to be more flexible. So it makes you want to be better of that thing that you feel needs, that's imperfect. So that's why imperfection is so powerful. It's more powerful than perfection, because it is the imperfection that causes you to strive for perfection. And it will never become anything, nothing really will ever be a perfection. It will always be an imperfection, but an imperfection in progress, right? So that's what's really important when we get on our soapboxes, and we judge people, even though we may all agree that they're not right. We box ourselves in, because now the way that we judge them, we shall now be judged. And even though people may agree with us, now they're going to hold us to a standard which is inflexible. They're not going to allow you to become and evolve. Now, you don't have to care either. You can just do you, right? Because that would be, they're writing the word integrity. That would be the thing of integrity, right? Is to just do you, because people are going to form their opinions. You can't stop that. And so you really have to really understand why you are who you are, your reason for being, your raison d'etre. You have to always get back to that. When you fall, or when you feel like you're not being supported, go back to that. What's your purpose? And your purpose is to be happy, not to make others happy, but to be happy, and then extend that through being yourself. Wow. Okay, so let's see what the next card. Ooh, we got a reversal. Okay, but it's the Seven of Cups. And this is, so let me just turn it around. We've been getting, with this deck, we've been getting all of the court cards. We've been getting very few of the beautiful cards. So this deck is so beautiful, so childlike, fantasy in a way. And it just, I love it because it's like being a child and, having that great imagination of these colorful worlds when we loved coloring and with our crayons and, and coloring books, and it's beautiful in this way. But we're getting all the personalities, and so we can see that probably what's going on since we've been working with this deck is that we're going through some attitude, personal probably not the right best words, but you get my point. So the Seven of Cups. So we just see all these cups that have all these things that we want, but we can't make a decision. And this card upright usually means that you're confused. You are procrastinating. You're kind of stuck in an emotional pattern of some sort, and you can't. And you're trying to figure out how to get out of that, or you're trying to figure out what it is you want. You're trying to really understand what your heart is trying to make clear. So in the reversal, I'm going to do this again the same way as looking at this as an internal process that you're working through. And so right now, maybe that's what's really going on. Like you're really trying to, I'm just looking at those hearts. You're really trying to figure out what your heart wants. And so you have maybe too many choices around you, and it's just kind of clouding your judgment, or clouding, obscuring the path that you want. But here's the thing. The work is really to focus on being happy. The more that you practice happiness, meaning set an intention to be happy, then the easier you will have clarity about the things that would continue to help you to feel this kind of happiness. It'll be more innate rather than what is it? So don't disregard the, like, oh my God, like this confusion pattern. Just see it as I'm not focusing on what really makes me happy. I'm distracted by the material things. And so what you're personally doing is that you're clearing the plate, the slate, in terms of like letting yourself be driven by, I need this, like food, or I need, whatever these material things, I need to have this much money, I need to have this, I need to have that, this is not what your heart is desiring. Those are the rewards you get when your heart is aimed at what the service that fulfills you and fulfills others. So you don't put the cart before the horse. Go for the happiness first. Go build this culture of a way of being about yourself, and then you will automatically attract abundance, because once you're focused in this happiness, this is abundance. Happiness is like the foundation of abundance. Like lack is the foundation of fear. And you're going to automatically attract accordingly. So no matter what's coming up for you, all the distractions, this thing or that thing, focus on what makes your heart happy. Start by noticing what makes you happy. Even in your thoughts and your ideas, notice that. And then, nurture that, create that, be creative, be flexible, okay? And be practical at the same time about it, right? Don't give yourself something really difficult. I think that's where she comes in. Don't give yourself something like that's just way too difficult, that's going to make it, even more difficult for you to achieve that happiness, because you've had experiences like, oh, I'd go for this and then this doesn't work, So be kind to yourself. This is where the compassion, all this stuff comes in. All right, so for the end of the week, we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, and it's interesting, this sword, because it has the three faces here. It kind of reminds you of the different phases of the moon, or the three, I can't think of them. The goddesses, kind of thing. So the sword, and it's pointing down, and this is about, for me, the energy, a download of thoughts. So you're trying to get some kind of idea. But the thing is, what I think about this is like all these faces, they're looking in all directions, right? And, there's 5 of them here, and it's about maybe the 5 senses, right? So, but the thing is, this ace is about unification, a focus, an initial kind of idea or opportunity. So, focus on this. The thing is, I feel like they're saying focus, because here we got this confusion. So now focus on this. Find one thing that lights it up, everything for you, that just really taps into your 5 senses. Like focus on the thing that you're passionate about. You might have several things that you're really passionate about, but which one of them really checks off all the boxes for you? Which one of them really just lights up all of your senses, your sense of smell, your sense of seeing, touch, taste, everything. Which one does it for you? Which one gives you that sort of completion of happiness? And then focus on that. Really channel that idea. That means you really sort of be creative in how you approach this. Just take every aspect of that idea, that single idea, and see how it might mature and develop as you work with it. And then this would be a way to work internally on this getting distracted and confused and feeling sort of, I don't know, listless or something, or just always that you don't have a clear intention, or nothing's crystal clear. It's like this was like the answer to or the remedy to this problem. And in this week, you're going to be working with that. And the way to do that is to really nurture and be creative. Make it a practice of cultivating your own happiness. All right, so let's take a look at the card I've already pulled from the bottom of the deck, and that's interesting because it's the 2 of rods, which is wands, and she's got the little globe sitting on top of the rods. So now, what's interesting is that the rods. One of the rods, these rods are personified. They're like faces, like in the Wizard of Oz, where the trees were were animated. And so one of them is holding up the globe with his hands. And there's something, So the idea here is, in this card, that you're now looking at what's important to you in this week is how you want to shape the world. And this is how I see this card. You're thinking about, you got this one wand, you had this brilliant inspiration to kind of hit you, and it kind of changed your heart, and it just ignited all the passions within you. And now there's this, I want to do something with this now. That's this, and then sort of the second wand develops because the wanting. So you're inspired, and now you want to make something with this. You want to copulate. You want to have it. You want to integrate or interact. And so in this card, you want to interact with the world now because it's like your spirit has been renewed in some way with this ace. And now you want, with some kind of idea, you want to focus on that clearly. And the only way to know what that outcome could possibly be, in order to know what you might give birth to in the 3 of Wands, you have to channel some action, some intention that the actions are all grounded in your desire to be happy, to curate your own happiness, and to discover a service that will extend that happiness to everyone else. And this is how you take back your power, by being deliberate in this way. Okay? So I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and thank you for joining us this week. And if you're looking for an angel reading, you can contact me at theangelschool.com. You can find that service description link below. And don't forget to follow us with the angel cart messages on YouTube and Facebook, because what actually happened, because I've done the first 2 days, and it was the Ace of Wands. And so it's interesting that comes here, and we're having another ace here. So it's sort of like seeing 3 ones, which, I believe is 1111 is, that you have a spiritual contract. This is your soul contract activation week. And so there's something very important in this week that is about, fulfilling something you came here to do. Remember that it's to be happy, because that's what everybody else's purpose is. And so if you're not happy, you can't be a trigger for that for everyone else. You can't be a catalyst for that for everyone else. And so it's really important. And so really good information, I think, that's going to come up this week about how to get focused. All right. So I send you lots of love, and God bless you all.